Hello, as you can see, I'm working on a lure blank that I have previously cut out. That is because I had an interesting idea. Usually, I got a bunch of these blanks out and turn them into lures that look like this. But recently I built a jointed pike light bait. That build gave me inspiration to also try a jointed trout lure. So my plan is to turn my tried and tested trout lure into a two-part jointed one. I have not tried this before. Is the jointed lure gonna be better? I don't know. I do know that testing out lure designs is one of the most rewarding parts about lure making. And to make a jointed lure, I will first have to figure out where the joint should be. So I will not finish cutting out the joint yet. That way I can carve out both pieces at the same time. Keeping them connected allows me to get a more precise shape at the end. And by this point, I think it's a good idea to drill in the weight cavities and add some lead. I'm gonna add more weight than I usually do, because I'm planning on fishing this lure in early spring. It is harder to get bites on shallow running lures in cold conditions. Because of that, I would like the lure to sink a bit faster. I'm gonna cover the holes with UV resin. After it hardens, I will file them smooth. Then I can give this lure its final shape by sanding down the sharp edges. Now that all the shaping is done, I can finally finish cutting the joint. It seems that 2 separate twist wires won't really fit into the tail. It could work, but it's gonna get a bit snug in there. Therefore, I'm gonna cut in a slot and use a through wire for that piece. It seems like I messed up the length of this through wire. It will not fit into the tail. It seems that I have 2 options: make another through wire or cut the tail shorter. My trout lures are usually 6 centimeters long, and the joint will probably add about half a centimeter. So cutting the tail shorter is actually something I should do anyway. So I'm not gonna make another through wire. Instead, I'm gonna take off about half a centimeter from the tail. I'm gonna be using the same shape and size lip as my usual trout lures have. They're made out of polycarbonate, and cutting them out will leave these annoying edges that have to be removed. I do wonder if the same lip works both for jointed and non-jointed version of the same lure. Now I'm gonna rough up the surface that goes into the lure slip slot. This will help the UV resin to stick better. And now it's time to figure out what paint scheme I'm gonna use for this lure. All that's left to do is add some hooks and the lure will be done. Soon the brown trout season will begin, and when that happens I will definitely take this lure out on the water. If you want to see that, then consider subscribing and stay tuned.